When you're in your 20s, there's a dark side to entrepreneurship that people do not tell you about. Now, with that being said, I want to go into a few things that I've experienced while being 20 years old, running my online coaching business. Now, the first thing is this: your relationship with Christ is going to be challenged. People probably think, well, it's going to be challenged because, bro, once you start making money, you're not supposed to be making money if you believe in God. No, that's not it. It's going to be challenged when people laugh at you and make fun of you. When you continue to do something over and over again and people are asking, why are you doing something? You've only made this much progress. And then you're going to be challenged in a way of, now you're going to be in different communities, in different rooms, and you're not going to be hanging with the same friends. You're not going to pick up the same habits. So what are people going to do? They're going to talk. And that darkness is what you have to avoid. So do not sacrifice your relationship with Christ when stepping into business, especially if you're going to do online coaching and actually showing your life and your testimony, okay? That would be number one. One big dark side is that you're going to be intimidated by your elders. You're going to be intimidated by everybody that are older than you, everybody that has some type of experience. Because why? You're doing something new, and you may be doing something that nobody in your family, none of your friends, none of your uncles, your brothers, your father have done. And so they're going to say, well, bro, are you sure you want to do that? You don't want to play ball? You don't want to do this? You don't do that? And it's not that they mean any harm. It's not that they hate you. It's not that they don't want you to succeed. It's the fact that they're not used to a path that nobody has taken before, right? They're not used to it. So when you become a business owner and you're young, that will intimidate you. Bro, 90% of businesses fail. Yeah, but you have the belief that 10% is a part of your business and that you're going to be successful, right? And that's a scary place to go, because if you tell yourself that I'm going to do something that most of the world can't do, there's nobody there to validate you, right? There's other people that are successful and that have made it, but those are the only people that you can come to and actually relate to. So that's where you're going to have to go in your mind. There's a place that you have to enjoy. So when I say dark side, I want you guys to understand that the dark side of this entrepreneurship stuff is, it's only if you accept it as dark. But the dark side would actually create freedom if you change your perspective. So a lot of the times, when I talk to people, even in my business or friends that I know, yeah, bro, I had to shut down my coaching business because, my mother and my father were talking about me and just saying this and that and think I'd be better going this, so I went this route. But the whole time they turn around and 6 months later, I'm getting texts from these guys and they're like, bro, this is actually miserable, right? Like, yeah, I'm making, a stagnant amount of money, but I'm not making a good amount of money, and it's not as fun and it's not as challenging. You guys got to understand that we actually get a thrill in our 20s. We get a thrill out of a challenge if we're mature enough to handle it. That's why we can get thrills through, smoking weed, having sex with multiple people, drinking. We can have a thrill out of that, but that thrill is so quick and it's cheap dopamine. But when you have to run a business, brother, and you got to depend on your faith, and you got to depend on your work ethic, and you got to create different systems and connect with different people to achieve money, but not only achieve money, but to serve people, it's a different story. It's a different story, okay? So let's go to the third point of this, is that a dark side in business and entrepreneurship as well is being able to stick to your opinion. And it's hard. Okay, and I'm gonna read a Bible verse about this. I literally read this today. It says in Proverbs chapter 26, verses 11, it says, as a dog returns to its vomit, so fools repeat their folly. And so what that's saying is if you keep coming back to something that's not serving you, you're a fool, right? And God is literally saying this, like, don't keep doing something that's stupid, okay? But it reminded me of, bro, I felt so stupid starting this coaching business and making videos at the beginning. I felt so dumb pulling out my camera in front of people at the gym, people that may be walking past my car if I'm making a car video. Everybody remembers those vids. And you feel like a fool sometimes. So a dark side of entrepreneurship is understanding your servant work and understanding the foolishness. And what's the differentiation? You got to ask yourself, when you're doing your serving work, am I actually giving people value? Am I actually providing something that people can take with them? Am I enjoying this while I'm doing it? If you're doing something foolish, bro, you know what? Does this actually give a return to others? The same question is essentially, is this actually something that I love and that I enjoy doing? Where is my heart positioning as I'm doing it? And if all those answers are, bro, my heart positioning is out of this world, I actually don't love doing it, it's just something quick, but it's not legal, it's not this. It's like, bro, you got to stop it ASAP. Stop that now. Stop that now. What is your mission with Christ, and how can you serve people in your business? My mission was getting people in shape. That's why I got in shape, bro. That's why I wanted the biceps, right? That's why I wanted to look the way that I did. Your mission could simply be, okay, I'm going to be a lifestyle coach, and essentially a look maxing coach. What can I do for young men in their 20s to look as good as possible, to be able to take themselves serious so the world takes them serious? Whatever that is, you need to ask yourself, am I serving Christ through this, right? And I'm not saying you need to be a faith-based coach and share your faith online, but I recommend it. I advise that because people stand on principles and morals. And people that sign up for Prayer to Profit, my coaching business, they know that I'm going to represent Christ. They know that there's a standard that you must meet, and that is where everything, all the success, all the abundance comes from. That's where our life comes from. And so I like that. I like that aspect of it. And that's my favorite thing about being in the, people say content creator, but the personal brand coaching space is that you can make it whatever you want. You just have to make sure you understand, obviously, the sales process, understanding, client fulfillment and onboarding. But other than that, bro, it's like, you just have fun with it. But yeah, that's the dark side. You sit there and you wonder, well, am I doing this the right way, or am I just looking stupid? So what I would do when we're in this dark side of questioning ourselves on, is this the right thing or not? I would just ask for God's discernment. And he will, I promise you, he'll make the world so obvious and clear if you take the time to sit and listen to him as he answers your prayer of, God, am I doing the right thing? Am I serving in this business, or do I need to shut this business down? And most of the time people say, well, he didn't respond in a day. He didn't respond in 2 weeks. He didn't respond in a month. How am I supposed to know? It's like, brother, when I did detailing, I knew it wasn't for me. I was showing up with a guy. I'm not going to say names, but the first car we had to detail, he literally showed up high. So I'm like, okay, this is wrong. Then I would detail my cars myself. After that, bro, I wrecked my car. I'm like, okay, this just has to shut down. I don't have any way to go about this. Then I found online coaching. I said, bro, I'm already posting online fitness workouts. Let me go ahead and actually provide a program and one-on-one calls for people and change their life. And that was the basics. I got a mentor, and then boom, 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 boom. And I had to keep doing that. No matter what was going on in my world, I had the ability to post a video, to show my workouts and go to the gym and help somebody else out. So I knew, okay, this has got to be my calling. It's got to be my calling. I'm not saying I'll do this forever, but I love it. And I think I probably will do it forever, in all honesty, because I can open the door for somebody else to change their life with my personal experiences. But if I was never able to overcome the dark side of entrepreneurship, and I'm sure there's going to be more tests in my business journey and yours too, then I would have quit. I wouldn't have been able to change certain people's lives. I wouldn't have a client testimonial tab on my Instagram full of wins, fitness and business. I wouldn't have all that if it was for me giving up on myself and falling into this dark side of entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is a test, though. The dark side, the moments where you're like, I don't really know how I'm going to get through this. Somebody's disputing my charges. Somebody said they, may try to take my page down or my account down. Say they may try to report my videos. How do I get through this dark side? How do I get through this dark time? I'm being blackmailed. What happens right now? I got my car note coming up. I was supposed to close a deal. I didn't close it. What am I supposed to do? Those are the times where the best entrepreneurs are created. Because you can either lay down and just say, you know what, this isn't for me, go get your regular job and quit, give up on your dreams, even though you know you love it on the inside. Or you can say, okay, I'm going to make this work. It's going to be painful. I have a lot to learn in this process, but you're going to continue to prosper with your hard work. And when you don't give up, God doesn't give up. But if you give up, God can't even help you, man. God can't help a quitter himself. If I sit on this couch for the rest of my life, knowing that there's thousands of opportunities out there, then God can't open the door for me, bro. And that's why I say, bro, you're not meant to just be average. You're not meant to just go to school for 4 years, bro. People that are watching my stuff and they believe in Christ, it's like, you're not meant to go to school for 4 years, bro, and stay in a job for 60, or another 30 to 40, and then wait until you're 60, 65, and then just sit down forever, and that's it. That's not what you want, bro. That's not what you want. And I'm going to tell you why you don't want it. Number one, you probably would have already clicked off this video. Number two, you'd be sitting back looking like, okay, if I work, knowing that I have potential, I'm jacked, I'm strong, I'm confident, I can speak well, then why are you going to hold all that back because you have a manager, or you got a desk job, or you're working in the gym selling memberships? Don't you want to own the gym? You understand where I'm coming from, brother? Not just because of the paycheck, but how much can you serve opposed to as a business owner, opposed to somebody that's just working at the desk. Obviously, it's good to go and be a manager at these companies. It's good to go and work those long hours to understand how a business operates. But after you understand that and you work your 9 to 5, your 5 to 9 should be about the freedom and how many lives you can serve. So a big part of the dark side in entrepreneurship, this is the last thing I'm going to say, is that you need to be able to change your identity to I'm going to be successful to serve others rather than I want to be successful to please me. And if once you do that, God will put the opportunities right there in your face, bro. I promise you. And you'll make your first 5, your first 10. Bro, and invest. As you do that, your identity is just going to get better because you're going to learn information that you've never learned before. If you guys need one-on-one coaching to build your online fitness business and actually have a system, make sure that you actually know how to get leads and actually close the leads when you get the leads. Make sure you message me at HumbleBeastYT on Instagram. Bro, we're going to see if you're qualified and we're going to work one-on-one. Let's run it up, dog.